Well, hello. Welcome to episode 276 of Hobby Hotline. I'm Danny Black, joined by John Newman and Chris from at Stale Gum. What's going on, guys?
So
Morning.
finally got the
Happy,
family out of the
oh.
house, so it's great.
Newman, I think, wants to stay in the house. So,
Yeah, battling, I don't know, sinus infection, stomach bug. Not feeling great, but made it on. Did mentions last night, so putting into work, if you will. But
we're doing the closing shift and the opening shift, evidently.
yeah, and this is, this episode, we're really not, we don't have so much topics as just covering what we're thankful for hobby wise all year long. We're going to try to keep it upbeat. Anyone, as always, is welcome to call in and share what they're thankful for. I'm going to share some cards that I picked up this year. I don't, if you guys want to do the same, if anyone else wants to come on and show off some of their pickups from 2023, just going to be a low key, wrap up the holiday weekend. Share some thanks for whatever hobby wise and in some pickups for the year as we get ready for 2024.
And I'm going to start off by saying a quick thank you to Korean Cardboard Dan. Good, very early morning here in Korea. I just got to my mail, so I owe a thank you for a very nice envelope I received from Korea. So thank you very much. It is very appreciated. I did not have it, and leave it at that. But thank you. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say there's the first thanks of the show right there.
Absolutely. And good morning, Michael. How are you? And I think we just want to take today and talk about, to me, relationships are a big part of what I'm thankful for in the hobby. I don't know, cards I appreciate. I think when I'm by myself and I go through my cards, I enjoy seeing other people's cards, some of their, special stuff. But generally, I enjoy the people, and that's what makes the hobby special for me. So my thank you is to the people in the hobby. I don't know if that's a too corny of a place to start, but I was going to start by saying I'm thankful to the people in the chat room, the people in this show, the people all around the hobby that I interact with. So I just wanted to start right off the bat there.
Yeah, and I mean, when we talk about content creation, not that that's what this show is going to necessarily be all about, right? There is no shows without everyone out there in the hobbyverse who give their time. They could be doing other things. I say that all the time. I make a point to say that on every episode I do, even whether it's Sports Card Nation or these conglomerate shows, right? So without folks listening, whether it's live or after the fact in audio form, um, we don't exist. We don't get to do this, which is a lot of fun without those folks listening and downloading. So, I think it starts there, right? The hobby's a community. I know it's the tagline of my show. The hobby's the people. But it's we're all, the common thread is obviously the cards we collect, but it's also the people behind the cards and the national and other shows where we meet our friends and go to dinner, trade nights, and whatever hobby events you like to do. It's not this one. If you did this hobby by yourself, while it still might be fun, it wouldn't be as fun. I think we could all agree on that.
And I think I want to make sure we get a word in here from our friend Rex at the sports card shop. Two locations now, New Buffalo and Valparaiso. And more importantly, it is small business or small shop Saturday. So get out and support your local shops. And speaking about people supporting us, hello, Orlando. And bringing in from the green room, we got Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys.
So
Happy Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, You guys too. I just got the bat call to join, and thought I'd say hey.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
got the
well,
signal. So I was outside, with the flood lamp, and so it's good you got it. All right.
We're giving what we're thankful for in the hobby. Now, I know you might have done this already, but do you mind mentioning what you're thankful for?
The people. We talked about this. I talked about this on my channel. My subscribers, my viewers, it's been awesome. And it's what makes me continue on doing YouTube. And it's an extension of the hobby itself. It's just an awesome community.
I couldn't agree more. And people on the screen are some of my favorite people. Chris.
Yeah, I would second a lot of your comments about, you know, the hobby has been a gateway for me to meet new people that I probably would have never, other hobbyists like me, that I probably would have never been able to just to meet or discover. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm kind of also thankful to you guys for allowing me on this program once a month. I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm thankful that you did. So
Yeah.
well,
And
we're
rarely do I get
glad
to
you're
share
here.
the screen. I was going to say,
And listen,
rarely do I get to share the screen with two people that have been to Jefferson Burdick's gravesite.
yeah,
and
thankful
here's
for
the other
Jefferson
thing.
Burdick too, because we kind of stand on the shoulders of a giant. So I still don't think he
Yeah,
gets as much
that's
respect as he should. So yeah.
yeah, and that's a good point by Chris too, guys. Is all even people not here anymore that contributed to the hobby. We love the national, right? We have to be thankful for Mike Burkus, who was one of the sort of the founders of that. Even though he's not here, the national doesn't exist. Different things that people do with apps and analytics, and whether you like it or not, it's an important part of the hobby. Beckett Magazine was very important to me back in the day as a shop owner. So, I mean, I can go on, and I probably could do a whole show. I don't really want to do that. I got some cards, but racks, right? People I send them, I receive them. I don't send them to receive them, but sometimes that does just naturally occur, and those are always cool, right? Especially if you don't necessarily know what's in them ahead of time, right? They're kind of surprises. And I want to share, if I could, real quick, and then I'll stop talking. I'll share. There's a few more items that were with this, but everyone knows I'm a Jackie Robinson guy, and that's from Mike Summer, along with a business card of Jackie's and a coin, which is actually in the case. I should have took it out, but I failed to do so. But you get stuff like that. Logan, our very own Logan Ward, again on the Jackie Robinson theme. Something else I didn't have, the 97 commemorative 50th anniversary Coke bottle, which you don't see these that often, and just sent that out of the kindness um, of their hearts. I'm sure we all have. Danny, you mentioned that already at the top of the show, of people sending, you know, things that they know you appreciate, and like I try to do the same thing for other people as well, without any kind of strings attached. But sometimes it does get reciprocated.
Mike, I know that you often get stuff. What are some of the cooler things people have sent you?
Somebody just sent me a PSA 9 1982 Topps Yaz card, which was extremely generous. I get random autographs. I get Jack Morris cards and Yaz cards. And thanks to Ruben for the comment. Yes, very thankful for Jack Morris this year. There should be, last night on the card mentions, you guys talked about a Mensch Hall of Fame. I need to have a Junk Wax Hero Hall of Fame, because there are certainly some players who have dominated the discussion on my channel.
You have been followed around by Jack Morris like nobody I've ever seen.
You got to, I don't know if you do already. You got to PC him at this point. It's almost like a given.
Yeah, I've still got I've probably been sent 6 or 7 Jack Morris cards. I still have them all.
Tell the story for people who don't know.
I just did a video on why Jack Morris doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, and it was my most hated video ever by far, and still gets comments to this day. It must have been 9 months ago, maybe even a year ago, and people still talk about it in my comments about Jack Morris, how much I love Jack Morris. It's funny to me.
I think it's hilarious. And I think it's funnier that you show up on screen immediately. People type Jack Morris. So what did you do for Thanksgiving? What are your plans for the weekend? How do you hobby this weekend, if at all, or is it a family football weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
We just the 4 of us here for Thanksgiving. We used to do a big family Thanksgiving, but then the pandemic hit, and the people who held it, the in-laws, decided they didn't want to do it anymore after the pandemic ended. Age and things like that. So just the 4 of us here at home, and I've been organizing my collection. I have done videos each day because I've been off since end of day Tuesday. What was the rest of your question?
Are you doing anything with cards this weekend?
Yeah, organizing my collection. I'm actually working out in the garage right now. I'm obviously in my kitchen for a minute, but working in my garage today. This might be my last Hobby Hotline appearance. I know I'm tentatively scheduled for next week.
It might be. We're going to put out a formal press release. Yeah,
it's been a blast.
Oh, you're very sweet.
I've been honored to be part of it.
Jack Morris is overrated, says TJ.
Yes, TJ, wow. One of my favorite.
Really follows you around.
One of my favorite viewers and subscribers.
No, TJ is great. John, I want a comment here I thought would resonate with you. Vintage Card Collector says, in addition to the people, I'm thankful for the beauty of vintage cards, the hunt, discovery of cards I'm not familiar with, and joy of obtaining them. Sounds like
listen, if you're not a fan of modern, if Fanatics is rubbing you the wrong way, they're gonna probably do that with some. They're not gonna win the whole room. That's just how it works, right? There's the old saying, right? I can collect what's already been made, and that's where vintage definitely checks that box. And not just vintage, there's stuff that's not vintage, obviously, that's already printed. So there's a lot of directions you can go. Chris does a great website as well. I wanted to add that while he's here, if he wants to give out a shameless plug, here's your chance, Chris.
Baseballcardpedia.com.
There you go. And sites like that, not just Chris's, which is awesome, but other people do their own things. I know Mike does some site, some lists to help people navigate the terrain, right? I'm thankful for people who help people navigate the hobby and are good ambassadors and advocates for this hobby that we love. I know sometimes we like to be get off our lawn guys occasionally, but I think the hobby's more fun with more people in it.
Real quick, guys, I've got to run, but I just want to say to Mike Petty, I'm not bald. I'm balding. Big difference.
Mike, we'll talk about him when he's gone.
Okay. Thanks for having me on, guys.
See you later. Talk to you later, Mike.
And I think we got a couple more Hobby Hotline guys gonna try to drop in, but this is for open line for anybody. So
John,
I think some of it's fallen out probably, but yeah, I shave every once in a while, but that way I don't look like Wolfman Jack. Not that that's the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I mean, I want to share. I don't know if you guys, I want to share this. This is from Rally. If you listen to my content, you've heard me talk about rally in the Mantle Boyhood Home. And I bought into it, did a whole show about it, just a real cheap $7 a share. Then you could add on things and I've been an advocate for them. So they sent me this. Look at how this thing came. I don't know if you can see it.
The Mantle
It
House.
looks like a book. It looks like a book. There's the barn on the back. It's got a magnet closure. So it's got a COA. I won't bore you too much with that. It's got a magnet closer. So you open this thing up. Again, it's kind of just the whole presentation of this. And then you got the card itself. That's a piece of the Mantle barn that he practiced against and was his father and grandfather pitched to him with the barn being the backstop. And just the way they did this was well done. Kudos to them too. They also gave the local townspeople free shares. Everyone who owns a share gets to vote on the history of the house, and so that actually came yesterday on my birthday. So I thought I'd share that. Just a cool item.
And you know what? I since we spent last night, I forgot to mention happy birthday. I think this morning. So
That's over.
it's
The
over.
birthday's over.
Now you're just older.
It's the day.
All right, let's. Yes, if you've ever seen the eBay authentication box, I thought the similar thing, but yes, the Mantle is nicer.
I thought it was just going to come in like a bubble mailer, and this thing came in like a box. I'm like, what else is in here? And then it's just, well done. I'm like, I want to just keep it like that, but then again, you can't see the card. I think I'm going to take. I talk about not taking PC cards to my show setups. I actually think I'm going to take this to my show setups and set it in my case to kind of share with people and as a conversation piece. I normally don't do that, but I think I will with this.
So I got a question, John.
Sure.
Since you're a part quote unquote owner of the Mantle House, if you're just like in the area, can you like spend the night there?
I
mean,
wish.
you are an
How
owner.
cool would that be? Yeah, I don't know. That's all joking aside.
Is it like a timeshare?
Obviously, probably. They're going to discuss what to eventually do with the house because it's really just.
I mean, can you like Airbnb this place or?
Well, it's I don't know what that's a great thing, Chris. It's just been there, kind of preserved, and nothing really done to it. So that is what's going to be up for discussion is whether to make it a public museum with a mission charge, um, add on to it, maybe add a baseball field, have tournaments. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that could be on the table to discuss, the future of the property. It's really been there since Mantle lived there as a kid. It's had a couple owners. But it's really in the state. They replaced the roof, but other than that, it's the original home.
Ruben says it's all fun and games till John gets a property tax bill.
Yeah, it will be a very small one. I own about
You own a faucet.
0.0014%.
Didn't we figure out you own one faucet?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I own like 2 drops out of the faucet, more likely. But I actually figured it out because this is how my mind works. I'm like, how much do I actually own based on how many shares? I own 0.0014 of the properties, but I still get a vote even with that a little amount. So
are you thankful for Mickey Mantle?
I'm thankful for every baseball player and every athlete that came before, right? That's the bridge. The past is the bridge to what we have now. So, it's. I think it's important. I'm a New York City kid, and I was a Yankee kid as a very young kid. Then went to the Mets, but I don't think we can argue, the greatness of Mickey Mantle, warts and all, and even in this end of his life, he was an advocate and told people don't do what I did, and be better. And so even off the field, he sort of became a hero at the end.
TJ says, just don't send HGTV to make it over. Um,
So one thing I want to clear up too. Someone asked me
wait.
about this on social media.
You're not sending
They,
HGTV, just to be clear.
no,
Okay.
no. But like someone will say, well, how does if they didn't other than the roof of the house, how is this a piece of the barn? There was a piece of sheet metal that broke loose and fell down out of the barn, off the siding of the barn. That's what this is from. So they didn't cut a piece out; it had already dislodged its own self. Just so people don't think they defaced the barn.
Yes, it was not off the outhouse. It was off the side of the barn where they would pee without going to the outhouse. So it's a memory. It's a treasure.
I mean, it's cool, man. It's just, I
It's
mean,
so
to
cool.
think like,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
that has a probably, from his dad and grandfather pitching to him and maybe swung and missed and that ball hit that piece of metal, and obviously before he became Mickey Mantle of the Yankees, he was just Mickey Mantle of Commerce, Oklahoma. And then later the Commerce Commerce, and then the rest is history. So just pretty cool.
Well, if we're speaking of pretty cool, I think Chris picked up some cards recently.
Yeah, I went to the Toronto Expo a couple of weeks ago. And for those of you that have never been to the Toronto Expo, it's 90 to 95% hockey cards. And even if you don't collect hockey cards, I think everyone should. I mean, this should be a bucket list show for most collectors, because I found a table. It was the Clouts and Shara table, and I know they're kind of big into hockey breaks, but they had a big display of Ken Griffey Jr. cards, and most of them were graded, and most of them were KSA graded. And I'm not sure if you're aware of KSA grading, but they're like the big Canadian grading house. So, well, now that PSA's opening up in Canada, that's, well, okay. I don't want to wish ill.
Well, Chris, somebody told me they call them the kind of sort of authenticators.
Kind of sort of authenticator. Okay.
Yeah, that's the KSA.
But anyway, next to this display case of Griffeys, they had a 3-row shoebox of Griffeys. So I was thumbing through this, and I just went hog wild, because there were a ton of 90s Griffey inserts that were on my want list. And I just want to show you a couple of them. This is from 97 Ultra. It's die cut and etched foil, and I think it's like a 1 in every multi-box insert. Beautiful card. And I paid $75 Canadian for it, which, if you work out the exchange rate, works out to about 40, 45 bucks. So I think I got a good deal on that. Here's another card that, and when I look at this card, I have to say to myself, why don't we have cards like this anymore? And it's from 97 Upper Deck. And I paid 50 Canadian for it, which is about 35 US. The front of the card is a wood veneer with a die cut hole in it. And the back of the card is a piece of plastic with Ken Griffey Jr.'s face like printed on the plastic.
Not plastic, Chris. Acetate. And I'm a sucker for acetate.
It's not acetate, because a card this old that's made out of acetate would have turned yellow by now. So I don't know what it is that Upper Deck made these out of, but
If anybody's
You
a
know,
plastic expert in the chat, let us know.
yeah, it's like, why do we not have cards like this anymore? I mean, and this is why people, a lot of collectors my age, we kind of romanticize that era of baseball because it was, the cards just look cooler. Second thing that I pulled off, if you follow me on Twitter, if you read my columns in Hobby News Daily, I dump a lot on Topps, and for good reason. But I want to praise Topps because this is probably the best card set that Topps has made since they got the exclusive license. And it's the 2021 Diamond die cuts. I found a table that had about a dozen of these that I needed, and these cards are awesome. First of all, they're thick, and they have this die cut, and they have this diamond. It's not a refractor, but it kind of shines. I don't know if you could
Like
see
a
the
diamond?
diamond shine a little bit. It's like these
Yeah.
are not chrome stock.
John, that's a good call. Probably like a diamond.
Yeah, and
I
it's
think that was a
cut
song.
like a
Shine bright like a
diamond.
diamond.
And this is the
Chris
best
is
set.
apparently a big Rihanna fan.
Yeah, okay. But I picked up about a dozen of them, and now I have over 100, and the set's like 150 cards. So I'm now 2/3 of the way through that set. Awesome set. And the thing was, I don't know if you guys remembered this, but these cards weren't in the packs. You had to, because it was Topps' 60th anniversary that year, they inserted these redemption cards with a code on it, and you had to go to a website, enter the code, and then you had to virtually dig a diamond. And if you dug up enough diamond rings, you can get one of these cards. But there were also other prizes like unopened vintage packs and whatnot. But it's a pretty cool concept. So, like I said, it's taken me well over a dozen years just to get to 100 cards in this set. So, yeah, these are some of the coolest cards that Topps has made this
And
century.
let's note this day in history, November 25th.
November 25th, Chris Harris says something good about Topps.
I was just sitting here in shock, to be honest with you. I kept checking my computer to make sure it was working. Great inserts, and I know that a lot of people are getting back into the inserts hardcore.
And look, the Toronto Expo, yes, like I said, it's 90 to 95% hockey cards. And there's also Meat Guy, who's like this French Canadian guy that comes over and sells pepperoni.
Oh yeah, I've been
there
one time,
by the way. But even if you're not a hockey card collector, this is a show that I think if you're a baseball collector like me, you should probably go to. It should be on your bucket list. It runs 3 times a year.
It's now on the west coast of Canada too, Chris.
Yeah, they're running in
Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah. So there's a same promoters, but yeah, you just make plans and go because I think we all also need a little Canada in our lives as well, too. We need
I'm just cracking up at the amount of Meat Guy comments there are.
Yeah, Meat Guy.
There's one there. Danny knows this. There's one Canada. I'm glad no longer with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I like Canada the country. I like Canada the country better than Canada the former coordinator. So there's that.
And everybody needs some Tim Hortons coffee and a honey cruller and some poutine.
And I went to the show one time, and I roomed with Eric Norton, Beckett at the time, no longer at Beckett, but it is a great show. I'd say, Chris, it's probably 85% hockey to 80. There's baseball cards there, as you pointed out.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
baseball, and not just Opeachy either. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich
So,
Klein
I
says
mean,
the last time he was there, it was about 10% of the show for baseball. So
yeah, I'd
I
say
think it's
about
more.
it might be more
Hmm.
now. That was, I think he was saying that was a few years back. Ruben
Yeah.
says, so glad Matt Canada is gone.
Yeah.
I love Canada mainly because of Opeachy. Wow, Canada drawing a lot of comments. Blueberry milkshakes. Thank you for
Oh, I don't
blueberry
know about
milkshakes.
that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
do
so.
that. Rich says, I picked up a ton of stuff for the almanac there, and the dealers were all giving me, we paid, items we needed for the catalog. All right.
I think yeah, I put the link in the chat for anyone, and this is not just for Hobby Hotline guys. Anyone is welcome to join the show.
Cool.
Say what you're thankful for, share some pickups. I'll put it back in here. You don't even have to.
Go ahead, John.
If
I'm
you're
sorry.
camera shy, if you're camera shy and just want to talk, you can do that too. You don't have to turn your camera on. So
yeah. Can I circle back to the Griffey stash that I found from Clouts
yeah,
and Shirt?
I love Griffey. I'll never say no.
I think I wound up spending. I think the final total was well over $600 Canadian just on Griffey inserts, and with the exchange rate, that works out to only about $450 ish. So here's some more Fleer Ultra from '98. This is a cool card because it's half translucent. I think I paid 50. I think I paid 50 Canadian for this, which is like around 36, 37 American. So yeah, good deal.
Chris is my spirit animal today with all the
I'm telling you.
clear cards and acetate and film and whatever you want to call
and
it.
we don't get these cards anymore. And there are reasons why. I'm not going to dump on tops. I'm feeling good about them right now. So, but
let's bring in a guest that just popped up in the green room.
Oh, okay.
We got Kevin
Welcome,
Jones.
Kevin.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
I used to be a fairly regular call-in, back in the old days. But it's good to see everybody, and I'm glad that you all are still, plugging away on Hobby Hotline. It's great to see. I think we're getting close to year 4 here. I think it started in early 2020. I think right before the Corona, if I'm not mistaken. So it's great to see everybody.
And Kevin, you know this. I don't have to tell you this, but I will anyway. You're always welcome. So you just so you know.
Oh yeah, I haven't been seeing the link get posted recently as much. So it's nice to offer that the call-in opportunity. I think the last time I was on, I was showing Grateful Dead tickets to Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your dad end up liking that mug, Danny? That Watkins Glen one?
He loves everything. Yeah. He's older now, so I hear the same stories every time. So I got to hear all the Watkins Glen stories again. So that means he's enjoying it.
Yeah, good. But anyway, I wanted to just, it's fun to show pickups every now and then. And, I haven't been putting too much content up recently. I haven't really been buying a lot, but we had a new show in Albuquerque a couple of weeks ago that was really fun. That had a lot of different dealers. It was a hotel show, and so I decided to go check it out, and it was really cool, and ended up picking up a couple of really cool things, a couple of nice 52s. There's a Del Crandall, an early Del Crandall. That's pretty nice. And then this one, never really too much heard of the guy, but it's just a beautiful card. This Harry Simpson from 1952. Just a beautiful, beautiful card. A guy had like,
Hey, Kevin, keep going. I'm just gonna bring Orlando on, so he's
oh,
not.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, but keep going.
And then a couple of nice 66s. Euchre, Flood, and Killebrew. Pretty fun. And then the funnest card is something, picked up a Tiffany bonds that just like the guy said he'd had it sitting there forever. And we worked out something on it. And it was just, really fun to, kind of rekindle the youth, picking up the 87 Topps Tiffany bonds. So, just kind of picking up a little bit here and there, not too much, but, having fun. And then, of course, the last things were Aikman, Dion, and Barry from the 89 Topps traded. I remember those were, going crazy a couple of years ago, and it was nice to pick those up for about $15 a piece. So, it was really fun and, kind of wet my whistle for a while with collecting. So, yeah.
I like that bond. So, Peachy, I think you got to steal on that.
It's the Tiffany one.
The Tiffany
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
I love those Tiffany. Those Tiffany cards are awesome. They're really one of the best ones from the 80s, especially the 87 set. It's just a gorgeous set to begin with. And those Tiffany.
In Orlando, Orlando, aren't there only 2,000 of those made of the Tiffany's?
It depends on the year. 87,
Okay.
actually, I think they printed 25,000 of those. But if you go back to like the 86 traded with the Bonds rookie and the Bo Jackson rookie, they only printed 5,000 of those.
Okay.
So it really depends on the year. They printed anywhere between 5 to 30,000 of the Tiffany sets. And, the older ones are a little bit tougher to find. In 87 is when they started printing a little bit more. But they're still, real tough. I mean, they were not, they never were listed as Tiffany. And on the box, it never says Tiffany. It says Topps Collector's Edition on it. I don't know when the name Tiffany came into effect, but that's what they're called now.
Looks like Rich.
And 52s, man, they look like they were in great shape too, Kevin.
Yeah, I've been buying just a lot more generally raw stuff. And I have for a couple of years, not with really any intention to grade or anything, just they take up less room. And it's nice. I'm gonna probably do a raw card rummage video here. I was actually thinking of maybe doing one today just for fun, because I haven't pulled the box out and looked at it in a while. So but yeah, it's good to see everybody, and I just wanted to hop on really quick. And it was funny seeing Chris singing Topps praises.
Yeah.
You shot Kevin onto the screen, Chris.
I see Chris putting them on blast all the time on Twitter, so I love it. They deserve it, too.
I don't want to put them on blast, but, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Well, hey, like our good friend Eric at Those Back Pages always says, thanks, Topps, and Topps is going to Topps,
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. And it was just good to hop on for a few minutes. And, I'll
Kevin,
see you guys around the bend.
Kevin.
Yeah, don't be a stranger, Kevin.
All right. See you guys.
Happy holidays to you as well.
It's great that Kevin was talking about going through his cards and rummaging through his, non-graded cards. That's what I've been doing lately, because it gets to a point that you forget the cards that you have in your collection. So you got to go back through that. And I've been doing that lately, just kind of reorganizing and really enjoying my collection versus going out there and getting new pickups constantly. So I've been doing a little series saying hanging out with my cards. And I just pull out a box and just go through it. And it's just fun.
And sometimes you find stuff you forget about. I'm sure you can attest to that, Orlando. I do that, and I'm like, man, I forgot I had this thing. Or if it's a little more modern, not necessarily ultra modern, it might be a card that's in a different place now than when you last looked at it. So you also get some surprises there.
I just found an Aaron Nola auto rookie. So whoever thought that might be worth something.
Yeah.
Orlando,
Maybe a Matt.
What'd you say?
Everyone's jealous. Everyone's jealous of Orlando's background.
That's what I was
Yeah,
going to say. Oh,
it's nice. It's a beautiful day. It's probably about 75 degrees here in South Florida. So it's not even winter. It's still like the summer out here. Beautiful.
oh, baseball cards in that view, Orlando.
Yeah, I figured I'd come on. I'm at my mom's house today. So she kind of sprained her ankle a little bit. So I'm just kind of checking out on her and stuff. So I'm going to be, I wanted to say I'm going to be doing a live stream with Sammy Thunder tomorrow night on the Four Collectors channel. So it's going to be, I think, me, Sammy Thunder, Adam from Vintage Sanctuary. I don't know who else, but I'll let you know. I'll post it on my channel. But it's just great talking to the community and just hanging out with you guys. And to me, that's the best part of collecting and best part of YouTube. I collected alone for my entire life and knew very few collectors other than some of the people that own the card shops and stuff. And to me, this is like a brand new horizon for me. Not only collecting the cards and sharing my collection, but just meeting up with everybody in the community. That's really been, this is the best years of my life collecting, honestly.
That's awesome to hear.
Well, you make a great point, right? It's no fun, like I said earlier, right? It's more fun with like-minded people, and even not like it doesn't have to just it's all right to have a discussion or a debate or but people who share that passion with you, that's that can't be taken too lightly, Orlando, as you said. I hear Sammy Thunder. I think I'm going to watch a rock band. I'm not
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
Orlando, Mad City Brew says it's 24 degrees in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. I've only seen snow twice in my life because I grew up here in South Florida.
Oh, my
life.
My whole family's from the Kendall Dade area.
Oh, that's where I'm at now. I'm in the Kendall area.
Tell my family hello.
Yeah. Give you guys a better view here.
That's stunning.
All right, hang on. I'm on my way.
Right. Now we're getting weather reports in from all over the country.
I see that.
In Indiana.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No, this is great. We enjoy seeing your view as much as we enjoy seeing some of the cards today.
Yeah, I figured that.
All right, we got Logan to bring in. I'm going to bring him in now.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How you doing?
Morning.
What's up, Logan?
Hey, Logan.
Hey, John. Happy birthday, belated, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I shared the rack you gave me, man, which was I'll put it on since you're here. I'm about for my birthday. I'm going to open it and drink it.
Oh, that,
cheers! No, I'm just kidding. But I know I thanked you already, but on screen, thank you once again, man. Much appreciated and unexpected, obviously. So.
You're very welcome. We were on vacation in the Smokies. We were actually in Gatlinburg, and there was a memorabilia store, and they had a whole bunch of Cokes like that. And that's the only one I saw that I thought was cool. So I got that one for you.
Yeah, and I didn't have it, so.
So you guys are talking about being thankful and things like that. I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'll tell you a few of them real quick. One of them is sweet tea, for one thing. Yeah, I hear you, Chris. I'm also thankful that my mailman doesn't destroy my mail. That's a good thing. I'm also thankful for that Jimmy Johnson didn't win 8 championships. I'm also thankful I don't collect modern baseball cards.
Yeah, we're all thankful for that.
There's too many. I couldn't deal with it. This may not be too popular, but I am thankful for sports card radio.
All right, hey,
But
they're part of the hobby. They're covering news. They're covering stuff. So you know, I like that comment from Chris Ramsey. Listen, I'm already sick, Chris. I don't want to get I don't want to make it worse.
Absolutely.
but in all seriousness, though, I am really thankful for all my friends and family. 2023 has been probably one of the most trying years of my life, and it's been good to have a support system and be surrounded by a lot of good
Did we
people.
lose you?
Yeah, Logan, I think we all share the sentiments that people in this hobby can help keep us going in tough times.
Yeah, thank you, Stooks. I met you at the National. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for Hobby Hotline. With that being said, that's a good segue for me to thank everyone part of this show, right? Um, if it was just me, it'd be Sports Card Nation. If it was me and Danny, it'd be Card Menches. So we have 17 people as part of this show, and I want to thank all of them because the show doesn't exist, and even the people that were on the show and have moved on, they're still a part of the lineage of this show. So whether they were a part of the show in the past, like Menudo, I compare the show to Menudo sometimes because we bring in new folks. Some folks, get busy, can't do it anymore, but the show keeps on going. If this was Menudo, I think I aged out yesterday, so I'm gonna probably have to be replaced pretty soon myself. But uh, you know, without everyone involved in the show again doesn't exist. So you're thanking us, and I'll in turn thank all the hosts that are part of this. You want to bring Rich Klein
Yep,
in, Danny?
Hi
absolutely.
there.
Wow.
Uncle Rich.
Hey, Rich. We
Hey,
can
we
even
got to
see your
work
Hey,
the
we can
camera.
actually see him now.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
some,
thankful we
I
can
think
see his handsome face.
we may be decreasing the amount of viewers. I thought the boxes with the thing was a much better way of doing this.
Yeah, I like the rich box.
Yeah, the rich box spoke very, very eloquently.
Yeah,
And
better
I like
than
Orlando's background even better. Jeez. And
yeah.
Orlando, I really appreciated what you said to me at the National. I didn't realize it, but at the time, you're right. Many of us have devoted our lives to the hobby, and
Yeah.
it's been a blessing that I understood even when I was in college what my life's work was. I just had to wait for my life's work to be able to catch up to what I knew it was going to be. I know that sounds kind of convoluted to say, but I always knew that I was going to end up doing things like this. It just took
And
a
I
while.
just want, and
It
just
was a
for the
pleasure meeting
record,
you.
just to get Rich invented college, just so everyone knows.
But remember, I was here when dinosaurs strode upon the earth.
I love that line. Mookie's got the best one line. I don't know if he works in Hollywood or in comedy, but he really needs to.
Let's see, we have Mookie Betts, Mookie Wilson, and Mookie Chilson, the holy trinity of Mookies.
Mookie is the best. I'm telling you. He should
Don't
be a
forget
comedian.
Mookie from Do the Right Thing.
Okay.
The movie.
Between Mookie and Mike Petty, the chat is on fire.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
is the green room. John,
you
you
know,
want me
Rich, I like the rich box better than the Cologuard box. I'll just say that.
Well,
Hey-o.
I think we all prefer that.
Oh,
At some point, I've got to have my next one of those colonoscopies. That's not so bad, but the prep is a different subject.
Oh,
the sleep is worth it.
Let's
That's
not
true,
talk about that. I went to the doctor and said I needed a colonoscopy, and I'm going, oh no. I got to schedule it.
you need to schedule it.
Sucks.
Yeah.
You could drink John's Coke and,
Yeah.
and be okay.
I don't want to talk about this. This stuff makes me
No.
depressed,
Let's
too.
go back to vintage card talk.
Rarely do I shoot a topic down, but I think we're gonna shoot this one down. I think but yeah, obviously look after yourself for sure. I'm not saying that otherwise. Something I got to do a better job of
If we
myself.
get 3 more people and we put Newman in the middle instead of Paul Lynn for the block, it'll be John Newman for the block.
Yeah. My blocking days are over. Orlando, link back in. We'll get you. I saw you there. We didn't get you on. I saw you.
I think it
I'm
was
just walking
Horatio.
around a little bit. Yeah.
Horatio.
All right,
I'm
listen,
looking
I'll
at
talk to you guys
Orlando's
later,
name.
okay?
All right, thanks, Orlando.
I'm going to get off. Thanks for
Take
having
care.
me on, guys. Everybody have a happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Orlando.
All I know is if Box Rich gets a Ginter card, I'm going to eat that box.
Hey, well, Box Rich should get a Ginter card.
Box Rich has become its own person. I think it needs a Twitter account.
I have an IG account now. Not that I do anything with it, but I have an IG account. So I've made it to the 2010s.
Wow.
When Rich, well, I tell you what, panic when Rich gets a TikTok account. If Rich gets a TikTok account, the world's coming to an end.
No, I won't be getting a TikTok account. I don't believe in.
Right.
I don't believe in supporting
Thank
a
you,
certain company involved with that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I think Rich is doing dial-up internet.
No, Al Gore invented the internet. I just told him how to do it.
Logan, I think this is for you. Now I work for Exact Sciences, who makes the cola. Oh, that's hysterical. Well, we're on the home stretch here. So, anybody else have anything they want to say they're thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful I get to run 2 different Secret Santa things. I run one for a former Hobby Hotline host, Bo Spencer Thompson, and his Hobby Evolution group. And we have about 20 people signed up for that. And I also do the Net 54 message board Secret Santa. And we currently have 16 people signed up for that. And I know there'll be a few more. We have another week for that. And it's fun to see what other people, the collecting interest, and what people are going to give other people as gifts. And, we keep it not super expensive. Everybody can afford it. I know my local card store is going to have their Secret Santa party. And it's not going to be as cheap as it was last year, but that's okay. On December 16th it'll be a Rip Fest, and that'll be fun. And, that's approaching the holiday spirit. And if you can be involved in that, that's almost as much fun as buying and selling and trading cards. I mean, I don't have anything as cool as Mr. Newman's Jack Robinson business card.
Oh, we can get you one of those. We can get you one of those.
Or Danny Black's Wall of Fame behind him.
They're all comments. That's why I keep it far away.
Good job.
And I don't have Chris's attitude towards Fanatics / Tops, which I'm thankful for.
Why not?
Well, he said nice things today,
I try to
Rich.
be positive.
He
said
nice
we've had
things
discussions
today.
about this in the past. He once had me come on when we were doing Tuesday night so I could defend why Tops was doing Update the way they did. And for example, I will tell you, I don't like what Tops did this year with Update, where they made, instead of the star players with all-star cards, they just put everything into an insert set. I think it made it so much nicer when you had more star cards in the update set. Good players. I opened the jumbo pack and I'm thinking I might get one good player out of the pack. And I didn't like that as much as the other way.
Wait till you read my next Hobby News Daily article. It's all about Update.
I'm
and
sure
its reason for being these days.
Good point.
So
This is like a bizarro episode. this is like a bizarre episode. Chris said nice things about tops, and Rich said mediocre things about.
No, I mean, I only opened one pack,
Bizarro.
but it was not something. I opened one jumbo pack, and I'm thinking this is not what I want out of Update, and it was a bit disappointing.
Absolutely. Chris Ramsey says, the more the merrier. I enjoy every show. You all have I'm thankful for my true friends. My friend in the hobby passed away on 7th of November. His collection was worth over $1 million here. Now his family's in the middle collection. I'm thankful to still have my health and enjoy the hobby. Chris, sorry for your friends, but glad you have the community here for you, and I certainly hope everything works out as well as it can for them. Thoughts and prayers, certainly.
And Chris, in all seriousness, did your friend have a plan for what to do with his collection?
We'll save that till after the Thanksgiving episode.
Okay. Well, no,
Yeah.
but that's something to be thankful. If the friend had a plan, then that's thankful too.
That's a good
I
point.
met a delightful young lady at the last Dallas Card Show who got thrust into that situation and and she was on former hobby hotline host Jeremy Lee's show, and she's become quite a hobbyist herself. So, thankful that some people get the bug for the hobby in ways they never expected.
And a shout out to Catherine Harrison. So, didn't think I'd hear that this morning.
Hey,
yeah.
I just want to listen. I know I thanked them as a group. I want to thank everyone as part of the show individually. So this is in alphabetical order. This is not in order of how I like people, although it's probably close.
You're right.
So we got Adam from Splendid Sports, who has not made his debut yet. So look for that very soon. Dr. James Beckett, as I always say, the man who needs no introduction. Glad he's part of it. Danny Black, who's on screen with us. Brody the Kid, who brings a younger perspective and makes the age of the show about 10 years, the average age of the show, 10 years younger, which is important. Mike C., who was with us earlier. Denny Cards, who made his debut last week. Chris Harris, who's with us. Thank you, Chris. Drew Herndon from Let Me Get That Photograph. Rich, who's on screen with us. And listen, I know we joke and pick on Rich and poke him, but Rich is, like, as most know, has been a long-time stalwart of the hobby. He's probably forgotten more than some people know, and brings that expertise and knowledge, and I'm grateful for that. Erica Massenberg from Love What You Collect. Mike Moynihan, we're on Bench Clear Media because of him and Ty as well. Usually see him on Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of the month. Adam Palmer, Tony Ramos, Victor Roman, True Rookie Specialist, Horatio, who I saw kind of linked in and kind of, I don't know, we made him wait too long, but thankful for him nonetheless. And Logan has to, just because his last name starts with a W, he has to be last on the list. But that's the only reason why. So, and listen, he's a PSA Hall of Famer. So we have a Hall of Famer in the group as well. So without those people, this show doesn't go down, doesn't happen. And so for all you that thank the show, you're thanking 17.
And Danny, why don't you list the
people.
Hobby News Daily writers that John did not mention?
Well, I'll take care of that on Hobby News Daily, to be fair.
Okay, well, I'm trying to help you, son.
I appreciate it.
No, we don't want to make it a 2-hour show.
I'd like to get my articles read.
Yeah, we will take care of it. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going to respect the people here. I love this comment, Dr. Mayor Steven. Just got here. Don't mind if you just got here. If you don't mind starting over.
All right, welcome to Hobby Hotline, episode 276. Today on the show. No,
right.
I like it. I like you, Dr. Mayor, but we can't do it. I don't. we could do a little bit overtime maybe, but that's as close as we're gonna get. I will share a pickup. I will share two pickups. Yeah, 2 hour edition. My big pickup for 2023 was this card, guys, and it's in a kind of a glass case. So it's the Hank Aaron rookie. We're talking about thanks to Danny for finding it, kind of point me in the right direction. It was a card I planned to get at the National, but I broke my own rule and I bought it. Before the National. And then when it comes to non-sports, something I've gotten a little bit more into, this was my big non-sports pickup. Well, that and the Billy Joel rookie, but this is the Al Pacino. I think it's from Brazil. It's his first ever appearance on a cardboard or sticker. In this case, a sticker. So those are the two I wanted to share for this year. But and then making a list, right, for targets for next year. I'm going to work on getting a business card for Mr. Klein of Jackie Robinson to add to his collection as well.
John, on that note, I think I'm going to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody who joined us on screen. Logan, Rich, thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us. Chris, today will be the day that Tops will bronze your sculpture. So we'll always remember today.
Can't wait.
And John,
he might get a Ginter card for what he said. I think that's the trick.
Right after Rich gets the box, Alan and Ginter.
Maybe they'll do a duo. The box Rich and Chris on the same card.
And Newman, it's enough of the two of us, so we're gonna get out of here.
All right.
See you guys.
Listen, happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, Chris. I know you wanted to say something. I wanted to get that.
Oh yeah. Actually, two things. First of all, Monday at 11, NSCC tickets go on sale. So if you're into getting a VIP pass, this is the time to buy. Second thing, I wanted to give a shout out. A couple of weeks ago, a guy named Ben Aguirre died. You might know him. I might have known him as Cardboard Icons on Twitter. He was a sports writer for a few years and actually wrote a couple of years for Beckett as well. Good guy. Met him a couple times at Nationals. We had our incidents on Twitter. I'll just leave it at that. And, only the good die young, I suppose. So he was only in his early 40s with a couple of kids, too. So, yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, tough.
Pour one out for Ben. So,
well, it gives us another reason to be thankful that we get to do this today. So, thank you guys for sharing this time on screen as always. See you later. Be well, everybody.
All right. Peace.